What do you think of the students here?
I think they're lovely. I've been walked around by 3 students who have been really most hospitable, well mannered, and I'm very impressed with the school and its facilities. So yeah, first impressions 10 out of 10.
What's your advice to any young student in the Thurrock area, Gateway County, etc., who want to get involved in sport and competitive sport? What's your key piece of advice you often give to people?
Well, for me, sport was my saviour, so I mean, I'm definitely one for finding a niche for each child, whether it be sports, arts, or wherever they find themselves. And I think sport is a great leveller, and it's a chance for them to challenge themselves, find out more about themselves, and learn about the competitiveness of what life is. So yeah, I definitely think it's a very big plus to do sport in a child's life.
And competitiveness, there's something that dictated a lot of the athletes of the 80s. You take Steve over, Daley Thompson, yourself. You had a real grit about your competitiveness, and that's something to be encouraged, isn't it?
Well, I think we all have to learn to be competitive, and working in a sport back in the 80s, I mean, you had some great athletes. Seb Coe, Steve Ovett, Daley Thompson, Tessa Sanderson and myself, and there were some good head-to-heads, and I think head-to-heads are always fascinating. You can watch a story unfold, but it also spurs you to greater heights. And in my case, obviously, I mean, Tessa and I won mostly everything that could have been won in one event, so Commonwealth titles, European, Worlds, Olympics, and of course, world record. So.
You mentioned the world record. That was on a cold morning in the qualifiers in the World Championships.
That was really early on, about 6:30, and caught the world's press with their trousers down, as it was, metaphorically speaking, that is. And yeah, I mean, it was packed with young school children, and a lot of people said, oh, you got the wrong day, because the next day was the final. But I went along, obviously, and threw the second longest throw in the history of the event, only being beaten by my throw the day before. So it was quite an experience. Stuttgart 1986.
And you're coming up in the Olympics. What do you particularly looking for and looking forward to?
Well, I'm like everybody else. I mean, it's fantastic to have the games staged here in Britain. I think there are a whole lot of things that are going on. I mean, it's great that the regeneration has been also tagged on, so London is being well developed, and it's good for tourism, brings a lot more people in. And of course, with the young children, I think it's important to inspire them for long after the games. I mean, we wish all our Olympians good luck, but we hope that they'll inspire and motivate a lot more youngsters to get into sport. And who knows, I mean, 2016, 2020, we may see an emergence of a new crop of British sports stars.